Hey y'all, it's Coach K, and I want to welcome you to episode 49 of the Stimulus Package. Today, we're talking about discernment. Alright, so we live in a digital world, so that means that we have access to information and all kinds of things that allows us to access the shortcuts and the loopholes. And I can honestly say that sometimes that's a great thing, but when it comes to dealing with real life issues, I feel like having access to these shortcuts and these sound bites and these small captions has caused us to shortchange ourselves. There's so many different things that kind of, tries to influence you or make you do certain things. And I think that it's important that we understand the power of God's discernment and how it can help us navigate throughout this crazy world. Whenever it comes to us making decisions and, setting a path for ourselves, we tend to rely on how we feel, what we think. And I feel like we don't ask for God's discernment enough when it comes to making life decisions and when it comes to, making sure that we're in alignment with His will. God has given us a major gift in the Holy Spirit, and He has also given us access to discernment. But I'm afraid that we don't always access it. I don't feel like we always ask God for discernment or even acknowledge that it exists. God really has given us a gift that allows us to get these nudges and hear this voice and have these thoughts. There will be moments where you're thinking about doing something and you'll hear a voice that says, "Don't do that. That's not cool. Don't do that, bro." And that's literally God telling you that's not the route for you. That's not the way for you. Just stay put. And sometimes we listen to the voice, sometimes we don't. And then when we don't listen to it, we tend to have to deal with the consequences of that action. And so this week, I really wanted to encourage you to ask God to heighten His discernment in you and ask Him to give you the obedience and the courage to actually listen and apply what He's saying. I know that it can be difficult trying to transition and also trying to make sure that you have certain things in place that'll help you be more obedient to God. And so the one thing that I can say that will help you with that process is making sure that you set standards that align with the principles that Jesus set. Now, this is not always easy, but there are some principles that Jesus established that we can mimic and that we can implement in our daily lives. And I truly believe that if you set standards that mimic those principles, it will make your life a lot easier when it comes to making the right decisions, when it comes to hearing God and getting that discernment and actually applying it, and when it comes to just trying to make sure that you live a life that's pleasing unto God, right? So this week, I just want to challenge you to value context over captions. And what I mean by this is society wants us to gravitate towards the catchy captions, the things that are trending, and the things that are hot right now. But context forces us to take a deep dive into that situation and understand it as a whole. And I just really want us to stop focusing on just chasing the loopholes or finding the shortcuts and really just think about how things will impact our lives later versus to just today. So this week, y'all, please ask God for His discernment. Ask Him for the strength and the vision to identify His discernment and the courage to implement it in your life. I know that it's hard to always do the right thing. It's hard to do things like Jesus because Jesus is Jesus. We're not Him. And we still have that worldly flesh that causes us to do things like be petty or be, act a fool at times. But thank God for grace. But if we can help it, it's important that we try our best to hear God and really move and use the discernment that He supplies for us so that we can be in alignment with His will, and also so that we can avoid unnecessary pitfalls that we don't have to deal with. So y'all be blessed. I love y'all, and until next time, stay focused, keep grinding, and respect the process. Be sure to come follow us on all social media platforms at Level 27 Coaching, and subscribe to our L27 Spark Plug tribe at www.level27coaching.com. All right, y'all have a great week, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.